Hi friends, welcome to Docker series. So this is one of the DevOps course. It is very important in the market. So please try to understand the terminology at least from in this video. Try to understand the what are the Docker terminology words we are using. So in the further sessions you will be more understandable. Okay, I will try to help to understand. If you feel any difficulties, if you not understand, please leave your comments and hit the subscribe button also. Okay, and this is the Docker agenda. First of all, before learning any new concept, why we are using, this is the concept, like why, what and how. So why Docker and where exactly this Docker. So this is when I say DevOps course, this Docker where exactly you are using. Okay, and once you are good at, then you can see what are the problems occur without using the Docker. Then till now we don't know the Docker, right? So without Docker, which problems as a developer is facing, whose operation team is facing, we will see those problems. Then once you are good, okay, what is the benefit? Okay, if I use the Docker, what is the benefit we can see. And we can see difference between a virtual machine and a Docker. When I say this particular topic, virtualization concept will come to the picture, and we have a containerization concept also. And we'll see the Docker terminology exactly. Some people say in the Google, lot of Docker ecosystem, lot of words you will be here. There's lot of words I kept in the one slide, then at least you can see what are the terminology you have. Okay, once you are good at what is the terminology, then we can see is a Docker image and Docker container and Docker registry, and what is the advantage. Once you know these five, then we can see difference between the image and the container. Once you are good at, then we'll see the high level diagram, the whole concepts, whole things will keep it in one high level diagram. Then you will understood, end of this video you will be understood everything. So it will be a clear picture for you. I hope you will like it. Next, let me quickly start. Okay, DevOps. When I say DevOps, is a collaboration between the development and operation team. All right, so DevOps is a new, it's like a concept, it's like a team, it is a process. DevOps is not a tool, not a software, nothing, it is a process. Okay, that whole thing they picture they covered into a single screen. If you say is a planning, if you have any software requirement, anything came, you need to plan accordingly. Okay, which feature you want to develop, so you need to do. For that planning you can use a Jira tool or a Bitbucket, whatever you want. Okay, based on your project, based on the company, different companies may use different things. If you are using the Azure DevOps, we have everything will manage by Azure DevOps. If AWS, so whatever you want you can go ahead and do. And it's a code base. When I say code base, you are writing a code, source code, so you need to store in a centralized, as a distributed based applications like GitHub, so everyone can access that repository. So is the Git, sorry. So code base we are using the Git. And there is a building. If you want to build your project, you either Maven, either Gradle, whatever you want you can use this tool. Once you are good at the building, so you need to test, right, whether your code is should be automation, should be happen, right? So previously they used to do the manual, now it should be automation. For that one you are using the Selenium. Okay, once you good at these all things, then we can see the deployment. This is the concept. This course we are running the Docker is in this part, deployment. Okay, and there is a operate also. That means deployment plus operations both will come to the picture as a Docker and the Chef. It's like a configuration management tools. Okay, if you want to monitor your application, so you are running the application, the production, so someone need to monitor, right? Like your application is down or your application is running or not, so someone should monitor. There is a Nagios is there. By using that you can go ahead, we can check this part. This is all the DevOps tools only. And if you do, so you need to integration should be happen, right? That is called CI/CD pipeline. Okay, this CI/CD pipeline will take care your integration. So this Jenkins is already covered as a basic, how to create the project, how to set up. So basic things we covered in the Jenkins. If you're not watch, please go ahead and watch the Jenkins also. So this Docker we are using at part of the deployment. Okay, now we'll see what is the problem statement. say when I say Docker, what is the problem statement, what are the problems you will face without using the Docker. Okay, I will show you one image. You can easily understand by using this image. See, as a developer, he developed an application, suppose a web-based application. So while he developing, he used a Java software. Either he used the backend for communicating with the database, he used a MySQL. To deploy, he used a Tomcat, and if he want to run, he used the Maven. So he ran on the Windows operating system. So the developer code is done. So he used this environment in order to build the website. Assume that flipkart.com or amazon.com. Okay, now in developer perspective, the application is running, so he is happy. Now the tester will come to the picture. So whatever developer developed the code, so tester need to test, right? He need to test, he need to raise the bugs, and whatever the things he perform, so he need to build also same way. So what he done, the tester is using Linux operating system. He used different versions of the softwares. He used Java 8, that is very good. MySQL 5 used the developer, what he done, tester don't know, right? So what he done, okay, I will use the MySQL, he used the less version by mistake. Then Tomcat, he used the 9. Okay, and Maven, this is not the 8. Okay, and Maven, he used the by using the Maven 5 Gradle. What are the versions? So these versions is not like a real versions, just I'm giving an example. What happen is, but developer able to access that host, but the tester is not able to host. The tester is not happy. If tester is not happy, you know what are the problems it will be happen after giving build to the tester. He will raise the bugs. Okay, I need the build, I need to given deadlines, I need to happen. The fight will happen with each other. So when I say both fighting, where is the root cause? Please try to guess this one. Because of the environment issues. Okay, he is using the Windows, he is using the Linux, he used different types of versions. He used old versions. Maybe he can use the 9, he can use the 6, maybe he can use the 10. Maybe due to version changes, your application won't run. All right. So so if we don't use the Docker, these are all the problems we will face. All right. Next, after the Docker. Now after the Docker means without Docker visa. If I use my Docker as a simple, everywhere you can run any operating system. You can run in Windows, you can run in the Linux, you can run in the Mac. There is no issue at all. I don't need to give much explanation. Without Docker, you know, if I use the Docker, the application will be run anywhere. Okay, just remind this point while explain the Docker, you will be more understand. Okay, now next, exactly why Docker we are using. Okay, next, before the Docker, I have an operating system. An operating system is nothing but a hardware. Okay, if you want to install a Linux environment or a CentOS environment in your Windows, what are the steps you need to take care? Hardware you have, host operating system means Windows you have. There is a hypervisor. If you install your OS, this hypervisor default it will come, either the Linux, either Mac, either Windows, everywhere. So this hypervisor will support virtualization. When I say virtualization, that means you can run other operating system in your Windows. That means Ubuntu you can run, CentOS you can run, Red Hat you can run. If you are using the Windows, hypervisor should be enabled in the BIOS settings. Okay, if you're not enabled, you cannot run the virtualization. So that's why virtualization concept come in the picture in this way. If I have a Ubuntu machine, you can run your apps, you can your own binaries and own libraries you have, right? App, yeah, that means this is Ubuntu machine, this is a CentOS machine, and this is a Red Hat machine. That means whole virtual machines are using hypervisor and based on the host operating system. When I using the VM, if I have my host operating system has around 9 GB memory I have. Okay, 9 GB. Okay, let it be. You are using a 9 GB memory. You allocated suppose 3 GB memory, 4 GB memory, and 2 GB memory. right? Suppose in this virtual machine you used only the 3 GB, what about 1 more GB is a waste, right? If you use a VM, 2 GB 2 GB, okay, but here you didn't deploy any application, just you are running the commands. Just to run the commands you need to uh, how much GB, 50 GB RAM is, hard disk is required, and 2 GB RAM is required, so this is the wastage, right? So to remember these points, the Docker come to the picture. What they are doing is they created their own layer on top of the operating system. That means by using this host operating system, the Docker engine it will communicate with each other, these both. By using this Docker engine you can create any number of containers on your host operating system. When I say container is nothing but a virtual machine. Like you have a Ubuntu, right? Here also Ubuntu, that means there is no guest OS, these are the guest OS, okay? Here there is no guest OS. Why? Because I have a common layer. Docker engine is also a Linux based environment, they implemented on top of the Linux only. So on the host operating system we have a kernel concept, right? In any operating system there is a kernel. What this Docker engine, it will use that chunks of the kernel, whatever the application this need it will give to the here. They will host, they will share the host operating system. So these containers will be isolated with each other. That means there is no communication container 1 to container 2 and container 3. Suppose this application is down, okay, you can create one more container, within seconds you can create any number of containers. This is the difference between virtual machine and a Docker. If you see here, this is the difference between virtual machine and the Docker. Just I'm giving in terms of memory. If you take the memory, if you want to install our Linux environment, you need minimum 2 GB memory is required, okay? Whereas the Docker nothing is required. It will use your host operator, like a normal notepad file. If you run like way, it will use nothing, won't much memory, it won't use, okay? Even the space is very less, but here the space, okay, to install your virtual machine some 500 MB, to download a Docker image 2 GB, to run again you need some 50 GB, whole spaces it will occupy the more space. System performance, okay, if one operating system you use, it will be a very good. If you using 3 4 operating systems, even you cannot open any document in your either any operating system, the system will be a hang, the performance is very low. And whereas running containers have a better performance. That means if you create 10 containers, there is no problem. Why? Because Docker itself, they created a Docker containers, there is system performance is very high. So within less time you can pull your Ubuntu image, you can run your commands. Whereas if you want to do a practice, you can take a lot of time, right? Whereas installation, when I say installation, literally I face this issue, for me took 2 hours. Why? Because due to some hyper issues, sometimes some memory issues, so I face lot of things while using the virtual machines, okay? Whereas the Docker, within 10 minutes you install the Docker, you can run your Ubuntu machine. I will show you these all things in your and further sessions, okay? Try to understand the terminology, please digest, okay? And if I have virtual machine Ubuntu, if you want to deploy application in multiple VMs, it is very difficult to run for one virtual machine, it is taking a lot of time. If I want two more means, the scalability is very difficult, even the portability is not available. Whereas in the Docker, very less time it will take, easy to scale, okay? If you given some count, I want to run a 10 Docker images, I mean I have a single image, you can run multiple containers, you can scale up is very easily, very efficiently, right? And the portability is very easy, okay? So as of now, you know what are the problems without using Docker. After Docker, what is the advantage? And we see difference between a virtual machine and a difference between a virtual machine and the Docker. Once you are good at this things, then we are ready to go the Docker. Just in this section I will explain a Docker terminology. This is the whole the Docker terminology. In the next session I will explain what is a Docker and what is a container. I will cover in the next section. Thank you guys.